When we heard about the people's visual history, we thought straight away we'd love to be involved in that. Such an important part of our lives at the time, and we thought we needed to try and share our memorabilia with people really and share our memories. I was conscious all the time that my stuff was just simply in a box in the loft and there was only us had access to it, and you think, well, it'd be nice if other people could get some share of this.
I was aware of the 50th anniversary of Sunderland winning the FA Cup. I saw it as an opportunity to make a piece of work that would celebrate that occasion and be useful in terms of collecting and collating material for the benefit of the community and for the benefit of the people themselves.
Just to show how sad I was, I kept a scrapbook of the whole season, starting from, well, pre-season.
Look at this is fantastic.
So if you look in, it obviously starts pre-season when they had an Anglo-Italian tournament. And if you go so far in, you'll see when the manager was sacked, which was when everything changed.
And then here's
they were the favourites.
And these were the people who were being discussed for the job.
And the one who eventually got it's not on there. He's not mentioned.
No.
And I think the next page where you come on to Sunderland one Stoke Road was after the whole game.
We'll go like bombs, says new boss Stoker. That's fantastic, isn't he? He wasn't wrong either, was he?
No, he wasn't.
It took them a few games to really kick on, didn't it?
Because of the uniqueness of that occasion, that book has brought a lot of people. I mean, the memories of it, I think, are just incredible.
The picture is almost as tall as what Jen is. We are standing at each side. When we had it at the stadium, well, it was in the beacon of light, some of the players actually had come in and were looking at it. Mickey Horswell and Richie Pitt, they both came in together, and Mickey Horswell was going, "Oh, that's fantastic, I've never seen that, where are you getting that from?" And Richie Pitt says, "I've got one."
Well, I was at the match at Manchester. We drew 2 each in the 5th round.
Platt Lane stand, 60p.
60p, yeah. Things were cheap then. We went down on a special train, yeah. And then obviously we beat them when we played them at home on the Tuesday night.
The way the book's been developed and the interest that's created has been fantastic, and for people who are, especially an older generation, it's brought back so happy memories. It's given them a lift in life.
Sunderland 73, the People's Visual History, celebrates the creativity, the memories and the memorabilia collected by Sunderland AFC fans 50 years ago. The project was developed in the context of research at the university, at the Northern Centre of Photography, which explores the social practice of photography. So how it can be used to tell stories with and for diverse communities, in this case around cultural heritage and photographic heritage.
Been involved in the project, and kind of my project as well, Calls to Goals. It has changed my perception on heritage, because you think of heritage and you think, you know, old castles, stately homes, that kind of thing, all the national heritage. It's a lot more than that, and just looking at kind of the memorabilia and seeing them as heritage rather than just, you know, as we had a few kind of younger people saying, tat in the loft. It's people's memories, it's people's upbringings, it's, you know, it's why we are what we are today.
What you got in that bag?
We're not getting them out. I'll show them, but they're not getting them out. They're not coming out. We're just...
What's in there?
That's my socks and that's my underpants I wore on the day. But don't take them out.
What else were you wearing?
Just jeans and a jacket.
Jeans and a jacket.
Yeah.
So you didn't keep the jeans and the jacket, but the socks and the underpants.
Yeah. Easy to carry around the world.
Yeah. So where have they been then? They followed
South Africa and back home.
I hope you don't mind, but we do want to photograph those for the.
Yeah, we can do. We try and get a good angle.
That's the first one in the series when they played Luton. Yeah. Now they call obviously Luton the Hatters, so that was the black cat there banging the thing.
The hat on the,
now that's the signature there.
Bill F.
Bill F. So that was the first one. That was the next one when they played Arsenal. right?
Yeah.
Well, Arsenal are the Gunners, so he must have drew like a cannonball.
That is fantastic. Look at that. It's the Arsenal.
Another Stoke or salvo, you see.
That's very good.
But the best one, I think, is this one. This is showing you
The whole
the teams that they'd beat. And obviously a ball is on its way to knock Leeds out.
Yeah.
I'm involved with a memory cafe, and what the reaction has been from people who've seen the book, it's really brought them to life. And there's one chap in particular has made a huge difference in the way he reacts when we're all together. I just think it's been a fantastic sort of eye-opener to me to see that and somebody almost come to life who's been very sort of reserved.
I've got the Manchester City away one, I've got the Manchester City home one. I've actually got 2 semi-final tickets because my dad went to that one as well, and then I've got the final ticket here.
When I come to the cup final, they were given sort of ticket vouchers away. I was unfortunate not to get one. I was planning to go down without a ticket. So I was on the 1 o'clock train because my dad said, he says, well, if you don't get a ticket, he says, well, look, stay at your cousin's who I'd never ever seen before in my life. I was looking around the ground and everything. I come to 1 o'clock, I had no sign of a ticket, and 2 Leeds United supporters came up to us. And this is, have you not got a ticket? I says, no. He says, I've tried. He says, well, we had one. He says, how much will you pay for it? I said, I'll give you £5. Now, bearing in mind the ticket was £1, I remember me dad saying, if you get a ticket, put it in your shirt pocket and pin it. And obviously, I was in the Leeds end, standing area. And when I got there, all I heard was, oh, here's another one. And when I got down to where the area was in the Leeds end, there must have been about 50 or 100 Sunderland supporters there, right? Just in that area. And that was at the tunnel end when they came out.
Quite a lot of members provided information, they were filmed for videos, and just got an awful lot of pleasure out of recounting the memories. A lot of people went up to their lofts and their attics and brought out scrapbooks and pictures and memorabilia that they probably haven't touched for years. So it was a great period. I think all the members, not just those that were directly involved, will be grateful having asked if they could come and talk to our members, because that's how it all started, really.
This is my dad's ticket, and my dad was so proud that the lads won that he placed it in this wallet along with his bus pass. He passed away in 2012, and going through his things, this was here. My sister found it and she said, you should have this.
We'd never had the idea of actually putting the 2 tickets together and comparing them. It was only through getting our stuff together for the project.
We noticed the numbers, these 2 numbers here, we've got the same 4 digits but in a different order.
It did give us a thought that I could have actually rubbed shoulders with my future father-in-law at that particular time, or stood next to him or near him at the match.
I wanted to wear a scarf at the matches, so I had to knit myself one, because you couldn't buy them then. I knit that for myself when I first started going to the matches, so late 60s I would have knit it for myself. It was just the only one I ever used. The thing was then, you see, you didn't buy them the way you buy everything now. Everything's like throw away, you don't make do and mend sort of thing now. So if you wanted something, you usually made it.
I was really, really hoping to find banners, because one of the sort of traditions of the FA Cup final especially is that people make their own banners. We only found one authentic homemade banner, which appears a couple of times in the book. It's a fantastic thing. When we heard about Sunderland Stitch and Bitch, we approached them, asked them if they'd be interested in making a replica, I bought a red ensign flag, which was the basis for the banner, on eBay, handed it over to the people at Sunderland Stitch and Bitch, and 3 weeks later we had a fantastic banner. That act of remaking and just wanting to participate and wanting to do it was very exciting.
At Roker Park, you could get your picture taken with the cup. So a girl who was also into Sunderland, we both went to get our photos taken. The cup was taken to a school in Washington where my brother-in-law worked. We've got our photos taken with Bobby Kerr and Jimmy Monty.
I support the next generation of photographers, photographic artists, young people and mature students that come through. And having extra pairs of hands to just be involved in a live project, it was certainly a benefit to the project.
The project supported the development of skills in the students, and they've been involved in all stages of the project's development, its delivery and its evaluation. We hope that this exposure to different stages of a project's development gives them a real insight into how you make things happen as a photographer working out in the industry.
What I've gained is confidence, definitely. Being able to work with a professional photographer in Sunderland, seeing how they speak to different members of the public and how they photograph things. It's an experience unique to these kind of projects that you can't really learn in a class.
I'm intrigued by how all the memorabilia have come forward, just seeing the history in that. I would definitely do it in the future, as I feel like it's something to definitely research and just find people's stories. I feel like it's definitely opened my eyes a lot more.
Strange of your own heritage is in you can use photography as a medium to sort of keep things from the past, sort of keep them cherished in the present, to kind of show the heritage of the place and what a time period was like, and sort of to educate people as well.
I've met people today who I've never met, and we've had conversations and we've swapped stories, which is good, because these people I might have never spoken to before, but here now there's always a connection.
My connection with the 1973 Cup final is to do with the fact that I was a 10-year-old football fanatic. I lived in Ipswich, I grew up in Ipswich, I am an Ipswich Town fan, but that particular cup final was very special. And so as a 10-year-old, you multiply everything by 5 in terms of excitement, or maybe by 10 in terms of excitement. That particular game, and then Sunderland winning it against all the odds, has always loomed large in my football psyche.
This is actually part of our history, our social history, that people don't normally get to see. And if it hadn't been for myself and other supporters collecting that stuff over the years, then there wouldn't have been these physical memories of the cup final, and what an incredible occasion it was.
I spent a long time looking at that book. I just love it. And it's really sort of made me feel much more part of it as well.
And it's just nice to hear everybody's little bit of story, and you hear a different one each time, because you meet different people each time who are from that era. And I mean, I was only a teenager, but I remember it like it was yesterday, and it's just a day that none of us want to ever forget, and we won't forget. And now that it's in print, it's even more special to every one of us. It really is.
I remember getting back on the Sunday morning, 6 o'clock, and bought all the papers. Went home, hoping to watch the air equivalent to Match of the Day on the Sunday afternoon, and of course I fell asleep, so I missed it.
And you didn't have a video recorded, did you?
Not in those days.
No.